Hi everyone, we're group 3 and we did our project on Flexcera, the dental resin. I'm Armida.
I'm Dwight.
I'm Tracy.
Will.
I'm Sarah.
So here are our major uses for Flexcera. There is Flexcera Base and Flexcera Smile Ultra. It is a hybrid ceramic dental resin for the fabrication of prosthetics, and the Ultra can also be used for 3D printing. It is approved for use for crowns, veneers, artificial teeth, and full and partial dentures and bridges. It consists of long chain chemistry, which provides these properties. It is ceramic-like with the flexibility of plastic, and it is light curable. There is a wide range of shades, high luster and translucency, and high resistance to fracture and moisture.
So Desktop Health claims that Flexcera has improved features such as fracture resistance, moisture resistance, wear, and tooth-like aesthetic. From a dental standpoint, resistance to fracture could mean lessened patient discomfort from degradation of the base and fewer instances of repair or refabrication, and thus lowering of the associated cost to the dental practice. So both moisture resistance and wear are important to the abrasive and fracture properties of the prosthetic. Resistance to moisture can impact the longevity of the whole prosthetic. By not absorbing water, this feature allows prosthetics to be lubricated in the wet oral environment, which could lead to fracture reduction. Wear focuses on the impacts of prosthetic teeth on the destruction of the adjacent teeth, and the life of the prosthetic can be altered by the moisture resistance, and the stability of the prosthetics in the mouth can be altered by the wear. So again, this is important to patient comfort and ultimately the success of the prosthetic for the dental provider. Lastly, Desktop Health claims to have improved tooth-like appearance due to its hybrid nano ceramic structure. And from a patient standpoint, satisfaction with the aesthetic outcome is important, especially for anterior tooth prosthetics.
So there are some important factors to consider when using Flexcera Ultra Plus. So the product is FDA approved and it's ISO certified, meaning it passed a series of biocompatibility tests, making the product overall biocompatible. Flexcera Smile Ultra Plus is also available in 6 colors, which are here on the right of the slide. One important thing to know when using the product is that it must be protected from light during storage and handling, such as whenever you're removing the resin. And this is because spontaneous polymerization is possible. This is whenever polymerization occurs without the introduction of initiators or catalysts. So this is something to keep in mind when using the product. It is a type of additive manufacturing that uses CAD/CAM technology. The CAD/CAM system requires the following components: a digital dental file that's based on digital impression or based on the manufacturer's data, digital light processing printer, and curing light equipment. One thing to know is that it's only compatible with certain specific 3D printers. So the Desktop Health 3D printer, either Einstein or Einstein Pro XL, or one of 6 different Envision TEC 3D printers. So as we mentioned before, the product can be used for a wide variety of applications. And so for each of those applications, there are some specific guidelines to follow. For crowns and veneers, specifically for crowns, it can be used for individual permanent full single crowns and permanent partial crowns, both in the anterior and posterior regions, and that includes inlays and onlays. The minimum wall thickness for crowns would be 1.5 millimeters occlusal and 1 millimeter circular. When using it for monolithic full and partial dentures, it must be designed without any additional fixtures, and this is to increase the holding force, and for partial, the same applies. The minimum wall thickness is 2.5 millimeters. And whenever using it for bridges, the supports can connect only to the occlusal or incisal surface. The maximum number of units you can use with this product when making a bridge is 6, and the minimum wall thickness is 1.5 millimeters occlusal and 1 millimeter circular.
So comparing, contending, and similar products, there's a few of them on the market, but we're going to focus on Asiga. Asiga and Flexcera both possess very similar properties. They're both utilized for the same sort of things like crowns and bridges. Cost-wise, compared to Asiga, Flexcera is slightly more expensive. The clinical performance of both Flexcera and Asiga boast similar clinical performances based on the limited data available. And then as a function and ease of use, Flexcera utilizes Einstein and EnvisionTech 3D printers, while Asiga utilizes its own printer. So all around, aside from the 3D printers utilized, they are very similar products.
So for our recommendation and whether or not we would recommend Flexcera in use, kind of reiterating what my classmates had stated earlier, Flexcera has allowed for a stronger and more aesthetic smile, and because of this, we would recommend its use in a dental practice. And then also going off of what we said earlier, we said Flexcera base is 3 times more resistant to fracture and 2 times more resistant to moisture. The Flexcera Smile Plus comes in an inclusive range of shades, and it incorporates a NanoFit 385 technology, and this allows for a precise marginal fit. So I've attached 2 graphs below that compare Flexcera with other resins, demonstrating its increased resistance. So the leftmost graph depicts resistance to fracture. It shows total work fracture. It's measured in joules per meter squared amongst 4 different products. And we can see that the Flexcera base demonstrates to be the toughest. And then the graph on the right compares moisture resistance with Flexcera Smile absorbing 50% less than its competitor. And then these are our references, and that's all we had for our presentation. Thank you.